have a caller in the queue. This one from a 256 area code. Caller from a 256 area code. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Jacob, this is Joe. I'm going to be real quick. Two things. Maybe you can answer this question. What is the parking like over at Big Springs Park for somebody like myself that's kind of slow walking around? Is it a long way?
No, there are parking spots that you can get to that are pretty quick, or that are pretty close to where we're going to be. We're going to be at the gazebo. So yeah, there are some parking spaces that are pretty good that you should be able to find. Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'm going to try my best to be there. I wanted to give a shout out to Local 88T here in Decatur and Roger Terry, the chairman over there. He called me a couple of weeks ago and wanted me to come over to the hall and help him put an arbitration case together. It was the first case that he had handled. And I got the chance to go over there and do that. And when I got there, Roger had his case laid out on the table, and his preparation was as good as I ever seen in an arbitration case. We went over the details of what was going on. It was a discharge case of about a 7, 8, 9, 10-year employee. I don't remember, but they actually went to arbitration this past week, and well, of course, the company burden was on them, so they had to go first. And they presented their case and took a little break before the union went on, and the company decided that they wanted to settle that case short of having to pay all the arbitrators' bills and so forth, so on. But what I wanted to say was, when I looked at the evidence that they got in discovery, I couldn't believe my eyes as to why they hadn't settled this thing in the first place. And that's what I left Roger with. I said, Roger, you got your case together. There ain't nothing I can really suggest. I just can't believe that they're going to continue on with this thing. Well, lo and behold, it did come down to them deciding to back off. And I guess the point I'm trying to make is 88T's a member of our labor council, and Roger done a good a job as I ever seen. I didn't have any real input other than a little moral support for him, but just wanted to shout out and give him congratulations on winning that case. And make sure people remember, if you get discharged unjustly at a non-union place, take it and go home.
Yep.
If you got a union, just cause should prevail in the end, and it did in this case. We'll make
and so
one
this
more
guy
comment,
got his job
Jacob.
back.
Did get his job back. Now Roger did tell me that, and I don't know how much I should really tell, but there was a non-disclosure agreement on the award of back pay. Right. And I think that kind of related to the union knowing this guy was not long from retirement anyway, and may not even want to come back after all this, but he still did get a financial settlement out of it.
Fantastic. Well, I really appreciate you letting us know that, and that's a really good point. Unjust firings in a non-union workplace are basically not a thing. It's not, it's not unjust to fire you in a non-union workplace unless it's like literally illegal, like discrimination or something like that, right? But in a union workplace where you have just cause, they actually have to, management actually has to do their job and actually has to have a reason for firing you. So I know that management hates that. I know that management hates having to do their job and justify themselves, but they do in a union workplace, and I'm glad to see that the union won out again here in this case. So that's really exciting news. Thanks for letting me know, Joe.
If you get a chance to talk to Roger personally about it, and he'll tell you what he really wants you to know. I wanted to say one more thing. In tariffs and 401ks, I see on the Facebook bunches of folks who ain't got no money to start with. The same bunch that was beating up Biden and look at your 401k. Well, they're crickets on this, but some of them is jumping up and saying, buy, 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 buy. Now's the time to buy. Well, I'd suggest to these folks that's jumping up and hollering, buy, 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 go get a second mortgage on your house and put it in the dang stock market and see where you come out. And that'll show if you really got guts to do it. Thanks, Jacob. I'll try to see you after a while, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
See you, man.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.